My dear viewers, now discuss water based on Icse class 8 part 1. Okay, now differentiate between miscible liquids and immiscible liquids. Miscible liquids, liquids that dissolve in water, are called miscible liquid. Example, vinegar and alcohol. Show the picture example of miscible liquid. Solution, that is carbonate, water, orange juice form miscible liquid. Next part, immiscible liquid. Liquids that do not dissolve in water are called immiscible liquid. Example, oil and petrol. Show the picture immiscible liquid. First picture, oil in water. Next picture, water in oil. Both are example immiscible liquid. Next part, discuss for the difference part, miscible versus immiscible. Miscible, this is the picture explained by the alcohol and water. Immiscible explain water and oil. Okay. Differentiate between soft water and hard water. Soft water is the water that easily gives leather with the use of soft and is free from salt of magnesium and calcium. So the example rainwater explained by the soft water. Okay. Next part, that is hard water. Okay. That is hard water is the water that contains high amount of dissolved salt and does not give leather with the use of soap. It results in the formation of a thick, dirty layer on the surface of water known as scum. So the picture hard water. Difference soft water and hard water. That is soft water, lot of bubbles. Hard water, minimum creating the bubble. Clean water, that is soft water. Cloudy water, that is hard water. Show the picture hard water. Show the picture soft water. Write down the backwards of hard water. Backward of hard water, number 1 point, hard water is unfit for drinking and cooking purpose. It is also not suitable for washing clothes. Okay, in industrial that use hard water, the deposit of magnesium and calcium salt. Okay, differentiate between boiling point of water and freezing point of water. Boiling point of water, at a certain point the speed of the particles is maximum and this corresponded to the maximum temperature, which is called the boiling of the water, that is boiling of liquid. Boiling of water is 100 degrees centigrade, but freezing point, that is at a certain point the speed of the particles in minimum and this correspond to the minimum temperature, which is called the freezing point of the liquid, that is water. Freezing point of water is 0 degree centigrade. My dear viewers, now discuss differentiate between temporary and permanent hardness. Temporary hardness, temporary hardness of water is due to the presence of dissolved bicarbonates, magnesium and calcium in it. But the permanent hardness is, that is permanent hardness of water is due to the presence of dissolved sulfates and chlorides of magnesium and calcium in it. Okay. Set between saturated and unsaturated solution. Saturated solution is solution in which no more solute can be dissolved in the solvent at given temperature is called a saturated solution. A saturated solution contains the maximum amount of dissolved solute at the given temperature. Okay. Next part for unsaturated solution. Okay. A solution in which solute concentration is low and more solute can be dissolved in the solvent at a given temperature is called an unsaturated solution. Unsaturated solution contains the less amount of dissolved solute than a saturated solution. Show the picture saturated and unsaturated and also explain the supersaturated solution. Okay, first picture explain saturated solution, more solute dissolved. Next picture saturated solution, that is no more solute dissolved. Supersaturated solution, that is no solute dissolved crystal form, that is may any form. Okay, maybe soluble the solute. Why is water known as the universal solvent? Water can dissolve a greater varieties of substance, that is solid, liquid and gas, than any other liquid. Hence, water is also called universal solvent, that is the universal solvent which is soluble three type of the state, that is solid, liquid and gas. Okay. Differentiate between hydrate, anhydrous and hygroscopic substance. Hydrate substance. Substance that contain water of crystallization in them are referred to as hydrate substance. Example, Crific sulfate, CuSO4 5H2O, name, others name, blue vitriol. Okay. Anhydrous substance, that is substance that do not contain water of crystallization in them are referred to as anhydrous substance. Example, hydrate copper sulfate CuSO4 5H2O applied the heat from anhydrous copper sulfate, that is CuSO4. Okay. Next part, hygroscopic substance. Okay, hygroscopic substance, substance that are capable of affecting water from their surrounding are referred to as hygroscopic substance. Example, zinc chloride, calcium chloride, potassium hydroxide, sodium chloride, sodium hydroxide crystals are a few example of hygroscopic substance. Okay, thank you.
Explain about water of crystallization. The process of separating solid in the pure form from its solution by forming crystal is known as crystallization. Crystallization is a process that separates a pure solid in the form of crystals from its solution. This separation process is mainly used over evaporation to separate this mixture. Those constituents can undergo decomposition on heating. Okay. Examples of water crystallization, that is hydrate copper sulfate pentahydrate, okay, and washing soda, sodium carbonate, that is hydrate sodium carbonate, Na2CO3 10H2O. Explain the importance of property of anomalous expansion of water. The anomalous expansion of water helps preserve aquatic life during very cold weather. When temperature fall, the top layer of water in pond constructs becomes denser and sinks to the bottom. Okay. A circulation is the setup until the empty water in the pond reaches its maximum density at 4-degree temperature. This picture supports this question. At the below position of the pond or water level, 0 degree to Earth's 4-degree temperature. 4-degree temperature easily stay, that is alive plant and animal. Discuss, define suspenses, write down the property of suspenses. A suspensus is defined as heterogeneous mixture in which the solid particles are spread throughout the liquid without dissolving in it. Example, sand in water. Okay. Now, property of suspenses. Number one, suspenses are heterogeneous mixture. Number two, size of the particles is large, thus visible to the naked eye. Number point three, particles get settles on keeping undisturbed. Okay. Point number four, suspenses can be separated by filtration. Example, sand in water, oil in water. Okay. Define colloid. Write down property of colloids. A colloid is a heterogeneous mixture whose particles are not as small as solution, but they are so small that cannot be seen by naked eye. When a beam of light is passed through a colloid, then the path of the light becomes visible. For example, milk, smoke, etc. A colloid is a heterogeneous mixture. Now, property of colloid, that is, number one, colloids are heterogeneous mixture, but some exhibit property of the homogeneous mixture. Number 2 point, the size of the particles is very small and microscopic. Number 3 point, particles do not settle on standing. Number 4 point, colloid cannot be separated by the filtration. Example, milk and fog. Now define the water cycle. The natural process in which there is a continuous circulation of water from Earth's surface to the atmosphere and back to Earth's surface is known as water cycle. This picture properly explained above the theory. Please show the picture properly. Okay. Okay, my dear viewers. Okay, my dear students. Thank you. Please write down the difference between suspension and colloid. Suspensions. Number 1 point, suspensions are a heterogeneous mixture. Second point, the size of the particles is large, thus visible to the naked eye. Okay. Third point, particles get settles on keeping undisturbed. Fourth point, suspensions can be separated by filtration. Okay. Example, sand in water, oil in water. Next part, that is the difference with colloid. Number 1 point, colloid are heterogeneous mixture but sometimes exhibit the property of homogeneous mixtures. Okay. Next point, point number 2, the size of the particles are very small and microscopic. Point number 3, particles do not settle on standing. Okay. Point number 4, colloid cannot be separated by the filtration. Okay. Example, milk and fog. Next part number 2, only for discuss objective type question answer. Please show the next part. Okay, thank you.